Hi all, welcome to Learn IT. Today we are going to talk about AWS Code Commit Service. We will learn about AWS Code Commit users and IAM policies. We will create some IAM users with different AWS Code Commit policies, and then we will set up HTTPS and SSH connection for those newly created IAM users. We will create a code repository using AWS Code Commit Service using an IAM admin user which we create for AWS Code Commit Service. And at last, we will clone the repository and create a branch or the master branch and push our code changes. So what is AWS Code Commit? AWS Code Commit is a source control service. It is Git based and it is compatible with all Git based tools. You can use Git based tools to interact with AWS Code Commit service. It is secure, scalable and managed private repository service. It tracks the code changes in your repository code files and maintains the version history for all the files. It manages code updates from multiple code commit repository users, so it helps us to achieve continuous integration for our application projects. Now let's talk about AWS Code Commit users and the managed policies which we get from AWS to use AWS Code Commit service. So the first policy we get from AWS for AWS Code Commit service is AWS Code Commit Power User, and this is mainly used for the developers of the application project. This policy allows users to pull the repository, push the changes into the repository, create branches or merge branches, tagging the repository, but it will not allow developers or users to delete the code repositories. Second policy we have here is AWS Code Commit Full Access, which is mainly used for maintainers and admins, which grants full access to AWS Code Commit and the related resources which will be created on behalf of AWS Code Commit service repositories. Maintainers and admins can create new repositories, can also delete the existing repositories. The third policy we have for AWS Code Commit service is AWS Code Commit Read Only, and this policy just grants permissions to read the code repositories to view the code changes or commits in the repository, and this is mainly for project owners or project managers who just want to see what is happening in the code repository and doesn't want to perform any push into the repository. Now let's go to AWS console and create some IAM users with these policies. So guys, I have logged into my AWS console and I have opened Identity and Access Management Service console, and here you can see currently I don't have any users. Now let's create some users for AWS Code Commit service. So I am clicking on add users and we should see some add user form. So here we can provide a username for this IAM user, and I am providing code commit admin 1 because we are creating this user to use AWS Code Commit service. And let's provide console access as well as programmatic access to this user. Let's go with auto generated password for this user and remove the password reset criteria. Now let's click on next to provide the permissions for this user. Let's create a new group for code commit admins, and I am providing a group name as code commit admins, and here for policy I want to use a code commit policy with full access because we want to use this. We are creating a admin user for AWS Code Commit, so I am using AWS Code Commit Full Access Managed Policy. Let's click on create group, and here we can provide some tags if you want. Next review, we are creating a new group AWS Code Commit -admins, and we have created a new user code commit -admin 1 with programmatic access as well as AWS Management Console access, auto generated password, and we don't want to reset the password for this user. Let's create. So guys, I have got the security credentials for this user. Let's download these credentials, and now let's create another user with AWS Code Commit Power User policy, which is for developers. So guys, we have created one user, that is admin user already for code commit service. Let's create one more user. And for username I can use this time code commit dev 1, or we can say developer 1 with programmatic access as well as console access with auto generated password. And we don't want to ask for reset password for this user. This is just for demonstration. Let's click on next. We can create a new group if you want. So let's create a new group for developers. I can say code commit developers group. Okay. And for policy, we can again search for AWS managed policy for code commit service. And this time for developers, we will use AWS code commit power user. Let's create a group. And next tags review. In the review, you can see we are creating a new user code commit developer 1 with programmatic access and AWS management console access with auto generated password, and we are not asking user to reset the password on first login. And we have a permission with a group code commit developers including AWS code commit power user policy. Let's create this user and let's download the credentials for this user as well. Let's close it. So guys, you can see I have created one admin user and one developer user with code commit policies, full access and power user policy. So guys, currently I have logged in with my root credentials, and now I want to log in with my code commit admin user credentials and want to create code commit repositories. So let's log out. Now let's go to downloaded CSV files. So guys, in the downloaded CSV files, you will see the username of your IAM user, password, access key and secret access key. Also the login link for your account using which IAM users can log into your AWS console. So let's copy this link, and this is the dummy data that I have pasted here. But you will see the actual username, password, access key and secret access key for the newly created IAM users in the downloaded CSV files. Let's log in with console link now for our account. And here you can see I am getting account alias name that I have set for my account. And for IAM username, I can provide code commit hyphen code commit hyphen admin 1. And for password, you can get it from your downloaded CSV file. Let's sign in. So guys, now I have logged in with my code commit admin 1 user, and it has permissions to create new repositories using code commit service because we have attached code commit full access permissions policy to this user. Now let's go to code commit service, which is already there in the recently visited services. Now here you can see currently there is no repository. Let's create a new repository. I can provide here demo repository by Learn IT. And also if you want to provide any tags, you can provide here. And if you want any reviewer, automated reviewer like Code Guru, Amazon Code Guru, then you can enable this check for Java and Python based projects. Let's create this repository now. Now you can see we have created Learn IT demo repo, and currently it is empty. So guys, we are done creating a new repository using our IAM user, that is AWS code commit admin user. Now let's log out from this user and log in again with the developer user to clone this repository and push some changes into the repository. So I am again signing out. So guys, I have logged in as a developer user now to my account, and now let's go to security credentials for this IAM user and generate code commit credentials. So you can see here under the tab AWS code commit credentials, we can go here and we can generate HTTPS Git credentials, or we can also upload SSH public key. So now let's generate credentials. Let's download this file, and using these credentials we can have HTTPS connection with our code commit repository. Now let's go to AWS code commit and clone the repository. So guys, you can see here we have the repository, and for HTTPS we can copy clone HTTPS. So now we have copied the cloning URL. Now let's go to command prompt in the Windows. So guys, I have created a new folder to clone this repository, and here we can use git clone command using the cloning URL. I assume that you have already installed Git on your machine and you are able to perform all the Git commands. Now let's enter this, and you can see it is trying to clone this repository, the NIT demo repository. Now you can see it is asking for username and password. So we can provide the username and password we have just downloaded from our security credentials. These are generated credentials for this IAM user. Once you submit the Git credentials, username and password, you will be able to clone the repository, and you can see the same in your local folder. So you can see it has cloned one repository and there is one .git folder. Now let's add some files here. So I am creating new file, one text file, and add some content in this text file. My first AWS code commit file. Let's save this. Now let's go to command prompt again and go to our code repository, and here we can see git status. We can perform git status and check what has been added. So it is showing you have added a file, but it is not staged yet. So let's perform git add dot, and now we will be able to commit this file. So let's commit this file with some message, initial commit. So you can see it has performed one commit with test.txt. Now let's push this file. So you can see it has created a new branch, that is master branch, because this is the first commit in our repository and there was no any branch. So it has created a master branch by default. Now let's go to AWS console and check whether we have got our master branch or we have got our file or not. So let's refresh it again. Let's go to repository, and now you can see the branch master and we have our file test.txt. Let's click on this file and we can see it has the content, my first AWS code commit file. Now let's go to command prompt again and create a new branch out of this branch. So you can see the current branch is master, where we just have committed one new file, and let's create a new branch with git branch command, and we can name it my first feature branch. So you can see it has created a new branch out of our master, and now we can check out this git checkout my first feature branch. We have switched to new branch, my first feature branch. Now let's go to text file again and update the content. my first AWS code commit file in the feature branch, and let's save this file. Let's go to command prompt again. You can see git status again. So you can see we have modified this test.txt and we have to push this file to our feature branch now. So let's again stage this file using git add. Yes, git add dot to add without file name. If you don't want to specify the file name, you can use git add dot. And now we can use git commit -m again with some message. First commit in feature branch, and it has committed this. Now let's push this to remote repository. So you can see we are getting one error because we didn't publish this branch as of now, and we have to use this command now to publish this branch. So it has successfully pushed the changes and it has also published a new feature branch. Now let's go to AWS console to verify the same. So if we load now, currently it is not there, but we'll have to refresh it. So let's refresh it, repository again, and if we go to branches, you can see we have my first feature branch now. If we move to that branch and if we look at the test.txt, we have the updated content, my first AWS code commit file in the feature branch. So guys, today we learned about AWS code commit service. We created our first code commit repository. We also created AWS code commit admin and power users. We generated HTTPS Git credentials to connect with our AWS code commit service, and we have uploaded sample test files in our repository. We published 2 branches, master and 1 feature branch, and we verified the changes in our AWS console. For setting up SSH connections, please find the useful links in the description. Thank you for watching this video. In the upcoming videos, we will learn about code build, code deploy, and code pipeline service from AWS. Please join me in the next video.